How's it going out there? This is Feed Your Mind. And so in today's video, we're going to discuss a new bill that is being promoted in the government. And so a politician has came forward to try to push for this new bill for a 4-day work week. Now, when I made my first video, it wasn't on this channel. It was on a channel, on a different channel. And that's when I first was inspired to make a YouTube video. And the video was about working too much. I felt like people were working too much. So I've been working since I was like 14 years old. And through those years, I started to realize that something was off. I was like, this doesn't seem right. Giving up 5 days and then you get 2 off. And really, it's like one good day off, because that second day off, you got to get ready for work the next day. Usually people work Monday through Friday. They're off Saturday. That's a nice solid day off. But then Sunday you're off, but then you got to start preparing for work on Monday. So I was like, this is not cool. I knew something was off, and it's like everyone was just so programmed. I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm thankful to have my job and everything, and I like my job, but it just seems like it wasn't a fair trade-off. It's like, okay, just to survive, just to live and have a somewhat of a comfortable life, you have to work and give away all of this life force, all of this time to society just to put a roof over your head and be able to survive in life. So I was like, this kind of sucks. And I was like, I just knew it was off. And so, yeah, I made a video about it. I was making a few videos about it because I had the inspiration to it. It was like really bothering me. But then as years went by, I started to kind of like, I just became adapted to this working lifestyle. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just go to work and it's not so bad. I like my job. And, I guess it's kind of like conditioning and programming, I suppose, where you just become it just becomes a part of life and you don't really think about it too much anymore. You kind of calm down about it. I started saying like, okay, I justified it. I'm like, okay, yes, society needs this and this is just the way it is. And I'm thankful. But deep down, I know that spending 5 days out of 7 is just not really cool. I mean, it's like you pretty much live at work. Work becomes like your second home. I looked at how it was separating families, where the children are at school all day and then the parents are at work all day separated. I was looking at all of that and I was like, this just this isn't the way it should be. And then on top of that, people will be demanding jobs. Give us jobs. There'll be every election cycle is like jobs. People are out there insisting on jobs. So it's like, wow, these people are insane. And then it's like, with the mandates, like some of these counties, people will comply. Like some of these complying rates, you know what I'm talking about, for the situation going on that we can't speak of, that has to do with masks. And then there's the other thing they want people to do. Well, there's some communities that are like 90% in compliance. 80-90% in compliance, depending on what city or what area you're in. But so I'm like, okay, so there's communities where people are really programmed. So now I see why people are working 5 days a week, and it's just so normal because nobody's even thinking about it not being normal. Now this new legislation that's being introduced, well, 4 days. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. He wants it to be federal law. Like anything over 4 days is gonna be overtime. That's gonna influence businesses to be like, okay, well, Thursday is gonna become your new Friday. And then if you want to work, if these businesses want to be open Friday, then they just got to pay extra. Maybe they got to reduce the hours. Maybe they have to get some part-time employees. Maybe they got to pay some overtime. But now businesses will have to get by with 4 days of labor, of mandated labor, of being within the normal guidelines for labor rights. For labor rights, it's basically they want it to be 4 days. You get 4 days out of each person. If you want that fifth day, you got to pay them extra. Now that sounds very reasonable. Then the people like me, like I would have took the 4 days. I said, forget the fifth. I don't care about the money. Like you can keep the. See, the thing is, it's like they corner you right now where you have to work 5 days just to keep a job. Like to have the job, you have to be willing to commit to 5 days of labor. But having that change to 4 days would be excellent for a lot of people, I suppose. I mean, like me, I would definitely take them up. Like the money's not as important. I would rather take 4 days and have 3 days off, even if you have to take a cut in pay. To me, that would be worth it. To me, that would, and for the people that want that extra money, then hopefully there's still these opportunities. I'm sure a lot of these businesses will like to be open 5 days, so they'll be offering you overtime to work that fifth day, or they could maybe rotate, like alternate with other employees, and every other week you work 5 days or something with overtime. Some type of negotiation or compromise in order to get that fifth day out of you. Whatever. I mean, I just know that I like the idea of having 4 days, and then if you want to work the fifth, then you work the fifth. And then, so with my original complaints about how much people are working, I mean, I looked at everything. I was looking at like the price of housing. Why is it such a profit-driven business for housing? I was thinking like, okay, well, if for people to survive on 4 days of labor, maybe housing needs to be more regulated too. Maybe there has to be some type of cap or some type of, like a solution where you got your private homes, and then you got your other guidelines, your federal guidelines for homes, where everyone should have the ability to live in a place and put a roof over their head in a place that's not profit driven. Maybe, I just know that profit and shelter there has to be some type of compromise that can be worked on, where it's not maximum profit, like paying $2,000 a month for rent or something. Is maybe and whatever's driving the cost of shelter up. Maybe property tax. Maybe eliminate property tax. Maybe whatever they got to figure. I mean, this isn't my area. This isn't my department, but I'm sure there's some solutions to make housing a right instead of a profit-driven business. Because like I said, I mean, you can always have your options. Like you can have your private buildings where they don't have to go by any mandates, or maybe there has to be a cap on profits when it comes to housing. Maybe housing, like I said, should be more of a right somehow. But that'd be up for the politicians to figure out and brainstorm about and figure out the best and fairest way to resolve the housing issues. Because with 4 days a week, I mean, that's less pay. So there's going to have to be a way where people can still survive and live comfortably off of 4 days. So like food, I'm here. Isn't it like food? I believe food isn't really taxed like that, is it? That's what I heard. I mean, so that would be like kind of the same principle with housing. Maybe just make it so it's not really a taxable or profit driven area as much. And then, like, I don't know, healthcare, I guess, like, jobs really are, to have healthcare, you really kind of got to have a job. Otherwise, it's going to be like a mortgage payment. I mean, that has to be resolved. That's kind of forcing people that don't want to work, into paying a lot of money every month just to have health insurance that they probably don't really use like that. So, I mean, there's things that need to be figured out. I mean, so shelter, housing, food. I don't know. I mean, you guys, if you have any ideas in the comment section, just share it in the comment section and let us know what you think. But I just know that the 4-day work week seems like a very good idea. That seems like a great idea. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that's a great idea? I'll leave a link to this this new proposal in the comment section in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I mean, I like the idea that it sounds good. All these people out here, jobs, we want jobs. Every election cycle, demanding jobs, demanding their own enslavement is like, nah, I mean, I know that goes a little too far. It's just that, it just seems kind of like there has to be something, man, like 5 days. That's your whole, like, I feel like, I've been working full time and it just feels like I've been working full time. Like, it feels like my whole life almost ever since. Well, definitely before high school, even high school. Before I was done with high school, I've been working, and then I just been working. And it just, like I said, I'm grateful for it. Especially the more mature I get, the more I appreciate this. And it's like, I don't even really complain. Like, I've been stopped complaining about working, but this reignited my, my interest in the topic is when I heard this 4-day work week thing. I mean, I always knew that was like, even when I stopped complaining, I kind of knew, like I said, 4 days seems more reasonable. 4 days. I mean, that's a good start. That's a good start. To have a mandated, anything over 4 days is overtime. I like it. I like it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section in the description box. Also, check out the link to hear the official release about this information. And also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can donate as little as $1 to help keep things going here at Feed Your Mind. And I'll leave links to my social media and my other channels. So thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.